Again, Evan, thanks so much for taking the time to chat. Belief is your key driving message that you have across all your platforms. I was kind of curious to see, can you talk a little bit about that as your central principle?
So I think everybody has a single most important core value. And when you figure out what that is, it gives you a lot more clarity for what you do, not just in your business, but in your life. So mine is believe. I try to bring that not just to my content, but to myself, my family, my friends, the people around me, the people I hang out with. So it's not just a business strategy. It's at the core of who you are. Okay, Allan, if you had to pick, what's your single most important core value?
I think authenticity is important.
Cool. So if the most important thing to you is authenticity, then it changes who you hire. If you're going to hire your next video editor, that person better believe in authenticity. They can have all the skills in the world to make fancy videos, but if they are not showing up authentically, it's going to really bother you. If it's a fake person, it's really going to bother you. When somebody watches your show, they should be encouraged to feel more authentic as well, to have the courage to be more authentic. Like if somebody came up to you on the street or an event and said, Allan, because of your show and what you do, it allowed me to be a lot more authentic in my life. That's the whole thing. That'll make you feel amazing. And that's what I'm trying to do with Believe. And so everybody's got something. And when you figure out what that thing is, that single most important core value, it allows you to make just smarter and more powerful decisions in your business.
I love that. I love it a lot. I'm curious too, just around mentorship, and this is a bit of a softball question, but I know you credit one of your teachers, Mrs. Farr, as turning around academic achievements. I'm kind of curious for you, like how important is it to have mentors, people to look up to model, and to look for inspiration?
So I always thought I was dumb until I just realized I'm not stupid. I just need the right mentors and the guide to follow. So Madame Farr was one of my mentors in my last year of high school, and she helped me just believe in myself more to go crush it at school. And from there, I was a B and C student, so I wasn't a bad student, but average. And then from meeting with her every week, I became an A+ student, like straight A+ in my last year of high school, just by having somebody help me. And like, she wasn't sitting there, she's a French teacher, she wasn't sitting there actually helping me with my math or helping me with my history, but it was the belief in me that then allowed me to go off. The fact that she believed in me made me believe in me a little bit more, which gave me the courage to go off and do the thing. And so whenever you don't know what to do, if you can find somebody who's done it, it gives you two things. It gives you the hope and belief that it's possible, that if they can do it, that maybe you can too. But it could also give you specific strategies or advice or tips on how to actually go off and do the thing. Since then, if anybody's watched, familiar with my YouTube channel, that's what I try to do, is share the stories of all these successful people to help you realize, hey, like if they can do it, maybe you can too. And you may not have a Madame Farr, in your life. You might not have the greatest mentors around you in your life right now, but you can learn from them virtually. Right now, you're learning from Allan, and maybe you've never met him in your life. Right? That's pretty cool. That didn't exist when I was getting my business started, at 19. Whoever is doing the thing that you want to do, chances are they're making content somewhere. And sure, we'd love to be able to sit with Elon Musk every day and pick his brain on things, but you may never meet Elon Musk, but you can still learn from him and apply his way of thinking into your business right now, because we have things like YouTube.
Yeah, it's the next best thing to having access to that person. And I guess like just as you're referring to, like on your website, posting your sub count and kind of seeing that improvement, and obviously it's a bell curve, it's not a linear like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to get 100 more and 1,000 more the next day. So I'm curious though, like knowing people on Instagram, other places, they'll not look at their success of like 25 subs is amazing, 25 people actually know who I am that didn't before. Instead, they're looking at, well, that other person has 500K, a million, and I'm a failure. I'm kind of curious, like even now, like further in your career, and I think it's always important for other people to kind of understand, it's like, do you ever have times where you still wrestle with imposter syndrome or self-doubt in something new that you're doing, or day to day?
Self-doubt a lot. I mean, my biggest problem is still I don't believe in myself enough. Like the believe guy doesn't believe in himself enough. I believe in myself, everything I have done, but I don't believe in the next thing. Right? And like the next level for your life is on the side of even more authenticity. What does an even more authentic Allan look like? That's the next unlock. So what does a Evan who believes in himself even more look like? That's the next unlock. So that's why I make the content. It's for me. because I want to be around Oprah Winfrey and Elon Musk and Steve Jobs and all the people that I profile. I need them for me every day. Because even if I just came back, I arrived last night from this awesome event in Vegas, helping entrepreneurs with their YouTube channels, 3 days, tons of hype. It was me and Gary Vee and Alex Hormozi and Patrick Bay-Dave and a bunch of awesome speakers, and just nonstop hype and awesomeness and talking to people in the crowd. And then I come back here and I'm back home. Like, okay, now it's like you're starting over. And so I need the daily reminder. So no matter how great a day you had yesterday, today you're starting over. And you need that. That's why the habits and the routines and the environment become so important. What do you fill your head with? If you're listening to Allan's show and you're getting lots of awesome content, you're going to start to think differently. You're going to start to think like Allan. You're going to show up more authentically. If you're just scrolling through Instagram, looking at people with awesome bodies and you're hating your life, well, that may not be the best morning habit to start your day with, you know? And so like we get to choose who we bring into our life. And I really encourage people to do an audit, like audit who you follow on Instagram, audit who you follow on YouTube, and just ask yourself, is this person making me feel better or worse about myself? And if they make you feel worse, you can unfollow them. You can unsubscribe, right? It's one button away. And if it's people who make you feel better, then cool, follow them more, interact with their stuff more. You may not notice it on a day-to-day basis, but if you are around the people, even just through Instagram and YouTube and social media, who make you feel better about yourself, who inject you with more belief in yourself, the amount of change that you'll see in a 3 months, 6 months, 12 months window will be incredible. You look back a year later and say, I can't believe who I used to be. And the only difference was I started feeding my mind with the people who helped me believe more in myself.
Yeah, I love that. I think most people don't really do that kind of gut check and see where they're at. Instead, they're just too busy being distracted by the negative things rather than, hey, how can I get more positives and less negatives around me? And just around that too, obviously you've inspired many, many people, and at the same time, interacting with so many people, I'm kind of curious for you, like, what do you think are the most common narratives that are holding most people back that you see?
Well, I think the world's biggest problem is a lack of belief.
There you go.
We would probably say lack of authenticity, but I think it's lack of belief. We have to lean in on the thing we care the most about. I think everybody has what I call Michael Jordan level genius at something. Like, you're the best in the world at something. Most of us don't believe that we are. And even if we do potentially believe it, we don't do the work to actually go off and chase it down. And so that's what I wake up every day trying to solve. And I don't think I'm ever going to solve that problem, but I wake up every day trying to solve the problem, helping one more person, one more person, one more person.